Hello everyone, Joydeep Mukherjee on behalf of RevSportz, and at the end of day 3, India is still in the hunt, in the fight, and that is so good to see. KS Bharat left early, but Ajinkya Rahane only here because KL Rahul and Shreyas Iyer are indisposed. He's got a couple of youngsters in Surya Kumar Yadav and somebody like a Sarfaraz Khan back at home breathing down his neck. So Lord knows if he would have played another test match if he didn't get runs in this one. With India going to West Indies after this, the selectors could well have tried one of the younger boys and given him a longer rope because Rahane is 35. This was a pressure test match for him, just not for the WTC and the Aussie bowling, but also his own career. So till 50 was a bit circumspect, which is understandable. But once he got to 50, he really came on his own and batted beautifully. Unlucky to get out to a brilliant catch, but then also he had luck on his side. So I think things evened out over there. For me, at the start of the day was Shardul Thakur. A lot of people questioned his inclusion in the team. And this is what he does. For me, he's a very important member because having an all-round in the team is almost like having an extra player, almost like playing with 12 players. And what happens is that you feel that there's somebody who can bat and bowl and field in equal capacity. That's why somebody like a Ben Stokes or a Cam Green brings so much of balance to the team. And with Hardik Pandya having said goodbye to red ball cricket, whether it's for his state or for the country, Shardul Thakur is the closest India has to a finished product. He's not there yet, but if you persist with him, if you make him play these sort of pressure matches, he will become one of your match winners. I think a season of counter cricket or two will really be the ideal finishing school for him, as it has been for many of the top all-rounders in the world in the past, and that is something that I'm sure the board will look into. When India came out to bowl, they were again superb. They had taken a cue out of the Aussie bowling. They were fuller, they were straighter. David Warner did get out to a ball that was outside off stump, but I think it got done in by the length and poked at it. Usman Khawaja, in the rich vein of form over the last 12 months, was also sent back, and it was 17 for 1 after 9 overs. They were really on the Aussie batters. And then Stephen Smith came, and having seen that the pulse was pretty serious, grim out there as far as the batters are concerned, he came and played some shots. 12 batting of 7 straight away had India on the back foot. Two things happened. One, the Indian bowlers suddenly thought that what we are doing is not working anymore, so we need to do something different. So the runs started leaking. Second thing, Labuschagne, 22 yards away, and the men back in the pavilion, padded up and yet to bat, got a sigh of relief saying that, hey, look at this guy bat. It's obviously getting a little bit easier. Whether it was or not is a different matter, but that's the sort of message his batting sent out. And that often is the difference between mentally just succeeding over there, going and thinking, yes, it's not as tough as we think it is. So he will be absolutely, shattered the way he got out. He's not the one to give it away. We saw him sitting on his own after he got out, with his playing gear on, letting off some steam, and his teammates left him alone. That's the best thing to do and the smart thing to do. Labuschagne is still in there. Travis Head left early trying to up the ante, and Jadeja getting into the mix. But India, still up against it, 290 odd and plus another get them off for another 100, so 390 in the fourth innings of a WTC championship couldn't be easy. But I think, the way the first 2 days went, today is the day that India would take, and they'll say all we want at the end of these 3 days is to be in the fight, and they certainly are.